What's up, EDG family? Kevin here, and today I'm going to be talking about my most excited games coming in 2023. These are all going to be crowdfunded games that I backed. I think all but one of them I backed this year. One of them I backed in 2021. Originally, I thought it would fulfill this fall, but they did add a ton of content to the game, and we'll talk about that one more when we get to it. So I'm going to do this in a top 10 format. So we're going to start at my number 10 game. And my number 10 game that I'm excited about getting is hopefully going to fulfill relatively early this next year. And it is Paradox Initiative by Elk Creek Games. This is a game that, to be honest, is not the best campaign I've ever experienced, but it is better than a couple that I would say that were super big duds. But I'm super excited about this one. The solo play on this one looked pretty interesting, and I did deluxe it up quite a bit. So there are going to be some play mats come in, but this one's basically going to be it's a puzzle game, and you're going to be manipulating tokens, and I like I said, I deluxe this up a little bit. So these are like clay, like more like a poker chip style token. But so you're gonna be doing patterns in order to complete cards before you run out of time on them, and you're basically gonna be it's got a little bit of like a set collection game. It's very science fiction oriented, and you're taking different what do they call that here? Different galaxies. Trying to think. Yeah. So those are the deluxe poker chips I'm talking about. And the art in this game. So the biggest thing about this game that's probably got me the most excited about is this was a huge compilation of a lot of different board game artists putting art into this game, and that's kind of all these little different worlds. Are done by different artists, so you definitely gonna have some really cool different art styles in this. See if we can get down to the deluxe stuff. I think this is all just what you're gonna get in the base game, the retail deluxe edition. There you go. So you got these they said clay composite chips, some promo stuff. They definitely added some pretty cool stuff on the Kickstarter when they did it. And I believe this one, I think we're still looking at like Q1 on this one. I didn't go outside, but I did get some playmats. I had my family kind of pick which art they liked. That's actually one of them I got. That it's cool little background, but it's more for just like kind of keeping your chips straight, and table presents, man. Some good table presents. So that's my number 10, Paradox Initiative. It was on Kickstarter. Elk Creek Games. They've done a lot of really cool, older games that were redone. This is actually not really a reprint. It's kind of like a remix of the original one. I think it's called Paradox. So very excited for this one. It's my number 10, and let's talk about my number 9. My number 9 is something that was on Kickstarter more recently. Actually, I think the Pledge Manager just launched on this one. And I did just do a playthrough of a very similar game. And the game I'm talking about is Race to the Raft. This is another polyomino game by City of Games and Frank West. And it's this one's cooperative, but it's in the Isle of Cats universe. This one has miniatures that they're adding on to this. And this one did pretty good on crowdfunding, but I'm really excited about this one. I think it'll get as much play, if not maybe more, than Isle of Cats for me, just because there's a lot of scenarios. It's maybe a little bit more solo friendly. I like the solo system in Isle of Cats, but this one's got more, like I said, like 91 something scenarios, and you're trying to rescue these cats off this island that's just burning up. But yeah, super excited about this one. That's my number 8. Race for the Raft. That's my number 9. Apologies. So my number 9, Race to the Raft. My number 8 is something I haven't played on the channel yet, and that is Burncycle. And this specifically is the New Recruits and series reprint. I think this is the only like expansion content I'm talking about. Everything else that's got expansion, that's walking on a fine line here right now. But anyways, Burncycle, the new they're adding some more corporations, some more bots to play with. I have played a decent amount of Burncycle since I got it in late summer, and I think the best thing about it is it's got just a lot of components that can mix and keep it fresh. And I just have the base game, but I have almost played all the scenarios with the three different corporations in the base game. So there was a couple other games that had some expansion content that I left off this list, but I felt like there was enough here with Burncycle to really to make it feel like I was kind of almost getting a whole nother game. I didn't get any of the other expansion content that it originally printed with, so that's coming with it too. And it's I'm really enjoying this game, so it was a no-brainer to put it on this list. It's, like I said, pretty low. I mean, it's my number 8 spot, but getting some new Burncycle content next year. Trying to figure out a way to maybe table some of the shorter scenarios and get them up on the channel is high priority for me right now. But yeah, Burncycle, New Recruits, bunch more fun stuff. Super excited. So going into my number 7. My number 7 is probably going to be one of the, probably the least known about game on here, and that is going to be Iron Forest. Iron Forest was on Kickstarter, I think around like April, May. And it's a dexterity game. It's created by Brain Games, the same people that did Ice Cool 2. So it's got you're flicking, and in Ice Cool you're flicking a little penguin around. These have some mechs, and it's basically just kind of a more strategic, more tactile dexterity game than Ice Cool was. A lot more to it, but it also has this really cool double board that you're going to be like moving up. They have a little catapult style thing that you're shooting your mechs up on that second level and trying to complete objectives. It does have solo play. This might be the most advantageous one I try to table next year, but I am super excited to do that, bring that onto the channel. I don't know how much content's going to be out there for this game, so I'm definitely excited to do it. But yeah, they did really good. The artwork looks really cool. Like it says, kind of, they got the that's a cool little gif, flicking the penguin, turning it into a mech. But also the other thing is there's these like small box expansions that can be added to your Ice Cool game, and kind of change that up a little bit. And I think there's like even some scenarios that bring the penguins from Ice Cool into Iron Forest. That's like I said, super excited. This will be one that definitely going to be more difficult to get some good content for, but I'm kind of relishing the challenge there. The next game, so that's 10, 9, 8, 7. The next game is my number 6, and it's another game that I've brought some content already to the channel, but I feel like it could have been higher had I not just been playing a lot of it. I was very excited before I got content. I got the original stuff for it. So there's definitely still some hype, and I think we're looking at like quarter 1, but we're talking Final Girl Series 2, the actual Wave 2 stuff, 5 new boxes, new minis. I think my playmats are coming with that. And I definitely am gonna got some stuff I'm gonna have to pre-order. I've been watching that Van Ryder website to see when that happens, but I'm really excited about the 2 boxes I did back with the Series 1 content. Very, like, one of them's Aliens and one of them is like The Thing. Very cool, but I will have all of it on this channel at some point. Like I said, I think it's lower for me just because I have been playing some Final Girl. I've been enjoying Final Girl, and I still have more Final Girl I feel like to dive into, but I'm still keeping an eye on the Series 2 stuff, because those were the ones that really really pushed me in with the Evolmorph. I think I called it a Xenomorph when I was talking about it on my unboxing. But yeah, that was one I was super excited about. I'm super excited to bring, the aliens theme to all the other locations in Wave 1. And then like the thing also looks very interesting to me. But to be honest, this is always kind of one that I was fond of, generally all of them, but there was just the boxes in Wave 1, like the Hans, the Carnival, the Freddy Krueger style, Nightmare on Elm Street, Maple Lane themes really got to me as far as a horror game goes. So yeah, still very excited to get more Final Girl stuff in. It's just, like I said, it's not as exciting because I am still so much diving into the Wave 1 content from that release. Going on to my number 5, and it's another Chip Theory game on GameFound, and that is gonna be 20 Strong. It's a solo multiple deck experience that Chip Theory is bringing in. It should be like about mid next year, I think, is when we're expecting it. They're usually pretty good about making their dates. I think this one will be very comfortably met next year, just because even with like their pledge manager and stuff, they're only supporting 20 Strong on this campaign, which means they don't have to worry about all the additional huge library of Chip Theory games that they have. But yeah, 20 Strong, my number 5 most excited game for 2023 to get in. It has a Hoplomachus deck, it has a Too Many Bones deck. They already got 3 decks in the works by Manny Tremblay, the Dice Throne, one of the creators of Dice Throne. So that'll be a cool new art scheme that they got coming in. But he's doing 3 decks for this game, and then they're still talking about doing some of their other IPs like Burncycle and Cloudspire. So I'm excited about this because you're gonna get that feel from some of these games in a smaller deck, smaller deck expansion. I think they're even, those are free promo cards from Manny right there. That's awesome. But they Solar Sentinels is their new IP. I don't know if it'll be an IP that they expand upon later and maybe give it its own big box game, but that's kind of the game that they're pushing with 20 Strong. Not the game, the IP they're pushing with 20 Strong. But I have to say, the art style is just super vibrant. It's really well done. It's definitely different than like what you're gonna see with like Too Many Bones or Hoplomachus decks. The dice look great too. And I think this pledge manager is actually, as I'm talking, opening today. But yeah, that's pretty much what I went in. All 3 decks. I know I think they have alloy dice. I don't see alloy dice. I think they were talking about doing some alloy dice. They did alloy dice for Hoplomachus. But yeah, I'm excited for this one because it should be something easy to learn, easy to table. And I like that. I think if Hoplomachus Victorium wouldn't have been as popular as it was, they might not have done this. But I don't know. Having this solo series is fantastic for all of us Chip Theory fans that just sometimes can't get some of the bigger boxes to the table. So yeah, that's my number 5, 20 Strong. My number 4 is going to be probably the latest one. This is the one I was talking about that may not be a 2023 game. I really hope it is because it's something super excited for me, and that is Forsaken. Forsaken is a sandbox adventure game, a lot of different characters, and it is, I think, the most exciting thing, and probably what pushed this up higher on my list, is the fact that it is a Game Trays game. Game Trays has always done fantastic components, inserts for a lot of other games, and now they're doing their own game. So this thing is just, component-wise, gonna be fantastic. I like that it's got this cool space western theme to it. I enjoyed like Star Wars Mandalorian, and this kind of gives me a little bit of that feeling to it. But just the components that this game is going to have, and I have no doubts they're going to be fantastic. People were talking about the prototype being fantastic, and that is a few shades from what we're going to see in the production, especially when all of the printing actually looks the same with the colors on the plastic and stuff. So I'm very excited about this game. This is a game I'm definitely going to be playing on this channel, and I'm like I said, I'm a little bit nervous just because I don't really have another game like this. This is very, I think Western Legends was the game that a lot of people compare this to. I haven't played that. In fact, I haven't really played a whole lot of sandboxy narrative games, so this will be a first for me. So as far as that goes, I'm unsure how much I'm sure I'm gonna like the game. I don't know if I'm gonna love it, but just component wise and being immersed in this Forsaken world has got me excited enough to put it up at number 4 for me. Going on to number 3 is a game I am super excited about, and that is going to be Tidal Blades 2, Rise of the Enfolders. Tidal Blades 1 was okay for me. I have probably played it about a dozen times, maybe closer, maybe about between that and 20, mostly solo. And I do like the system. It's got like a dice building worker placement. So as far as a worker placement game in my collection, it definitely stands apart for the rest of them. This one is not a dice building. I mean, there's might be a little bit dice building in it, but this is not a worker placement game. This is not an RPG. They sold an RPG with it. This is a card-driven, cooperative, campaign-style game, and it looks, as component-wise, is going to be awesome. Gameplay-wise, it looked very fresh from a lot of the people that had a chance to preview it. But I think as far as what I'm the most excited about this is the art. I mean, Tidal Blades 1, the art was probably my favorite part about it. Just kind of how immersive and beautiful the game looked. And this is gonna be no different. This is what's gonna pull me in. They had a bunch of like full-on deluxe miniatures. I didn't get the deluxe crazy box add-ons, but I did get the like the characters and then like the resource upgrade for the game. Mainly just because I think there's 6 characters that are gonna be coming in the box, and so for a solo experience, there's a ton of game there to be replayed. Yeah, those are the standees, but they got it. We got more of this. You can't tell though. Art is just fantastic. It's got such a cool look to it. I'm sure the storytelling is gonna be great too. I read a lot of the they were dropping stories during the campaign, little segments, kind of get people excited about it. So that's gonna be exciting to kind of bring this content to the channel. I really thought there was going to be more of a... Yeah, so they got a full miniature set, but then they also have just a deluxe... There we go. Deluxe upgrade. So you got like the 6... That's 6? So that's 7. There's 7. What? Who was I missing? I remember 4... Oh. Drew. Okay. I think it's a miniature that goes with him. But anyways, yeah, so there's like 6 playable characters, and those we will get the minis for those, and then these... nice deluxe resources. So super excited about those. Everything else is probably gonna be standees, but I'm not a huge miniatures guy. That seems it's a lot of work to play. At least I see it that way for this game. I like the standees. They're gonna be easier to get in and out. So yeah, my number 3, Tidal Blades 2, Rise of the Enfolders. My number 2 game is the one I was referring to being not from this year. This is the one that I kind of thought I would get this year, and I didn't. So I think we're looking probably pretty early in quarter 1, and that's gonna be Too Many Bones Unbreakable. That's the last big Too Many Bones content drop. It is a standalone expansion. They offered a couple other expansions with it, but we have Unbreakable, it's going to be on my channel. This is one of those games. Too Many Bones is one of those games that I have not played on the channel, and I've mainly just been waiting for Unbreakable to get here, because once I do get it in, it's going to be all over. You guys are going to get sick of some Too Many Bones, because I am a huge fan of Too Many Bones. But it does come with a like a card booster style expansion that they was free if you backed. I don't know what's going on here. Oh. I don't know if I want that to reload or not. Archive view. So yeah, it's 40 caves of Daylor, so there's additional cards, there's going to be some additional baddies. So this is going to be one of those like kind of slow roll up things where we'll probably just start with the base game and get into it. And then also they had 40 Waves of Daylor, which is going to be more content for specifically Too Many Bones Undertow, and then Rage of Tyranny, which is going to be Tyrant remix. There's a little bit of a different system there, but it's going to add variable different plays for the base game of Too Many Bones and Unbreakable. Not Unbreakable. Undertow. So yeah, so we'll have so all of that's going to basically be coming Q1. Super excited. Too Many Bones is one of my favorite games, and I will have a ton of this content once it comes in. Definitely some unboxings, definitely some plays, and that'll just kind of depend on the interest of that. So, you know, this being my number 2, my number 1, another really, really big game. Also probably going to hopefully see it relatively early in 2023. And that is a game I haven't played yet, but it's highly regarded. And that is Unsettled by Orange Nebula. This is a cooperative, it says sandbox survival game. There's a lot of different, each planet's in its own box. And there's like multiple scenarios for each box for you to kind of like survival tasks, I think is what they call them. So basically you're going to be exploring the galaxy, and then you're just going to go into different planets that are going to give you a different puzzle to solve. But this one's fantastic. I was already talking about game trays earlier, and this is a great component game. Game trays was involved in creating how these boxes kind of set up. It's kind of got a modular system, and they have this like plug-in similar to like Final Girl. You're basically gonna have like a core box, and then you're gonna take a different planet and you're gonna play that one. And I believe I have like 6. I have 6 planets, 6 or 8 planets coming. I don't remember. There's 9 total, so maybe it's 6. I think it's 6. And then I also got a expansion that is going to even take that a next step further. It's like a specialist expansion, so it's going to involve a little bit more asymmetry on each character you control. I think basically in the base game, there you're just playing a character, and it has a lot to do with just kind of what you do as far as how your character it gets built. This one has a whole, like I said, a whole different specialist module on there. But I mean, looking at this, it's just these worlds are so different. They're completely different puzzles to solve on each one of them. It's a very immersive game, and I'm super excited about this one. I'm gonna bring some solo, hope maybe some cooperative play to the channel on this one. But this was a game that I think it came out late 2021, so there's a lot of hype going into this game at the beginning of the year, and everybody's still excited to see more content from it. But yeah, component wise, just fantastic. Here's the game trays right there, and then there's just a bunch of little small little things they added in the campaign. Some extra dice. They did I think the thing that they said that's kind of holding them up the most getting this game to people is there was they did a community challenged survival scenarios, so they're still building those, test playing them. These guys, they make sure game's right before it goes out, so I can't blame them for that. But that's Unsettled. That's my number one. I'm the most excited about this. Hopefully, we will have it on this table in a few months, and we'll be able to dig into that together. But that's pretty much going to do it. Those are the games I am most excited about bringing to this channel in 2023. If any of those games are games that you've played, games that you also backed, I'd like to know what you think about them. Just a lot of different types of games. I'm not a very I don't have a necessarily a specific category of games I'm in love with. I'm still kind of exploring board gaming, so you're gonna see a lot of different stuff on here, and I'm excited to bring it. So let me know what you think. Leave me some comments. If you like these games, leave this video a like, and always subscribe because I have new stuff coming out all the time. But that's gonna do it for me. Hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Much love.